And with a bit of luck,
I should be able to speak in a completely different voice. Hopefully. Let me know if it's working. So, I'll quickly run through these. So we've got an elder voice. You might have heard a few of these before. They might sound a little bit different to the old mixer that we had. So this is the elder.
This is the monster voice. This is the raw voice.
this is the megaphone voice. Now this is something completely different. I think it makes me quieter.
We have the baby voice, which is the one I always quite like. We got the female voice.
And we have a male voice.
And we also have auto-tune as well, so I might sound a little bit more robotic using this one.
And then I can
hold it down and go back to normal. So, let's give you a little look at this funky mixer. Which camera should we go to first? I'll try not to move around too much either, because obviously I need to speak into the mic. Ignore all these cables as well, got way too many. So this is the SC8 mixer, so it's a little bit different to the old SC3 that I used to always bring on these streams. You'll see we've got the equalisation setting up here as well, so it's going to give you a bit of an idea if you're about to peak the microphone or not, so that's quite useful. Now we've got, let me bring the mic over and I'll come right up to the camera. We've got quite a few dials here. Now this one's a little bit funky, so this is different from the SC3. This dial here, I'll put it in the middle, is for game chat, for your game sounds and for chat. So very quickly, basically what this does is, if you're playing a game, and let's say you're in Discord, you're talking to teammates, and your teammates are way too loud and you can't hear footsteps in the game, you can actually turn your game chat down, so you basically only hear your game sound. And then what you can do is, once you've kind of destroyed the enemy, you're maybe in the lobby waiting for a new game, you can turn up the chat. So you can speak to your teammates and not have any game sound in the background distracting you. So that's quite useful, to be fair. We've got a dial here for output, which is basically when you plug things into the back here. I'm probably better off coming to the other camera and off of this. Alright, let me shoot over. Sorry, I've turned my foot pedal around as well. And now I'm having problems because I'm getting USB device not recognised. So I'm gonna... Oh no, my foot pedals died on me, middle of the stream. Okay, we can get to rock with one camera for this stream then. Okay, so we get some ports on the back there, which is probably not going to go in focus now, is it? Oh, having an absolute nightmare here. I'll tell you what, let me quickly unplug the USB at my foot pedal and let me plug it back in, see if it kicks back into life. 1 sec, I'm going low. Down in Acapulco, when it's too long. Oh, okay. Let's see if I kick back into life. Let's have a look. Yeah. Yeah, we're rocking and rolling. Beautiful. Andy tech issues. Mate, we've always got tech issues. There we are. Chat's working as well. Let's have a quick swig on my tea. Oh. Right, for some reason, my I've just got an Amazon thing here saying thank you for following, but nothing's popped up saying there was a follower. Not quite sure how that works. Let's continue. Right, so let's have a... Probably go that way. That would make more sense, wouldn't it? Put everything straight. There we are. So it powers through one USB-C cable, which is currently plugged into my PC. A little button here is to change your RGB lights. I'll go through those in a moment. We got the PC switch there, which is what we currently got it on. Or you can switch it over for PS4. Works for PS5 as well. Now we've got an optical in port. We've got a headphone port. We've got the auxiliary in, and we've got the headset. So if you've got a headset with a mic built in, you can plug it in there. We get the switch from a dynamic mic to a condenser. I'm using a dynamic, so we'll leave that as it is. We've got sexy colours on here, which if we tap this button, we can toggle through all these different light sequences. If you don't like them, you can hold it down and it will disable the lights, but you can still use the mixer. Long press again to switch it back on. And then these dials, so I've showed you the output. We've got the dial here for your microphone, so you can turn your volume up and down. Volume for the auxiliary port as well. And these three here, you can mute them. So press them down, get the red light. Obviously I need that one unmuted because we're speaking into it. So you do get some funky stuff there. Now we do get some buttons on the front as well, so we can monitor the mic audio. So if you've got headphones plugged in, you can monitor your own speech. There's a very slight delay. I'm talking like milliseconds of delay. Now I know that kind of affects a lot of people. Me personally, I've got no problem with it, but I know people who are well into audio, they can't stand that. So just to make you aware, there is a video on the Amazon shop, it's on YouTube as well, where I've got it to kind of play back so you can hear the delay that you get. Beautiful. Let's continue. Now, we also get the 48 volt port, so if you need phantom power for your mic, you can do that. We can switch on 7.1 surround sound, so that's if you've got headphones plugged in. Doesn't do anything to your microphone. The same as this EQ button, so this is all for your headphones that you've got plugged in. So we've got the game mode, a music mode and a movie mode. You just press, it toggles through those. And then you have the custom buttons as well, so basically if I hold a button down, you can record for up to 15 seconds. Once you've finished recording, let go. Now, I'm not sure if this is going to play back, but we'll try it. Record. Let me know if you hear this. Up to 15 seconds. Once you've finished recording. I'm not quite sure if I need to have some speakers plugged in, so you can hear that. But all made of plastic. It's, I'd say, slightly better build quality than the old S3. Did that work, did it? Really? Class. Yeah, so basically, if you've got speakers plugged into this, or you plug in a mobile phone or a tablet, and let's say you've got some music playing, you can hold that button down and record up to 15 seconds of basically what this mixer can hear. Then you can play it back to a live stream. So you could program all these 4 buttons to, basically if you're doing a live stream, you could basically stop talking, just record your things before you start the stream. Like, welcome to the live stream. I should have done that. Welcome to the live stream. So I could have just come onto the live stream, had the starting soon on, and pressed that, and welcome to the live stream. Beautiful. Sorry, I'm just finishing the cup of tea. Beautiful. So this is currently paired with the AM8 microphone, which, to be honest, I probably should have had the ticker going across the bottom of the screen, shouldn't I? So there we are. This is the mic we are currently using. So let me shoot after there. Let's go to the old AM8. So that might kick in a bit. It might not as well. When I first start my OBS, everything kind of freezes. Then it goes rapid like that. But there we go. There's the video. So that's the microphone you're listening to now. Now, on the mixer, it's currently maxed out on max volume. In my Windows settings, I've got my microphone set to 83. I think it's 83. It's around that number anyway, so you can actually turn it up a little bit more. Obviously that all depends on which microphone you are using. Now, the mixer is currently on sale. It's currently $64.98. So to be fair, I've got the SC3 here. Let me put them side by side. I won't have the lights on the SC3 though. Yeah, if I unplug that cable a minute, then we'll give you a... Ooh, smashing the place up. Got to get all the cat fur off it first. So here we are. There's the old SC8, the new one. That is the SC3. So the SC8 is going to be larger. You do get some additional features on there, like the 7.1 audio, the EQ. You've still got the auto tune, but rather than going through each of the separate keys which you get on that on the left there, it literally just, you just select auto tune, just let it do its thing. So you do get a few more features there. Now, the standout thing, Now, something I've always said on the previous streams is with the SC3, there's no equalisation settings, so you plug in your mic and away you go. You're kind of lumbered with that. Now, the SC8, Fifine have actually got some software that you can use, which I think I've got installed. Here we go. Now, let's see if I can flick this bad boy over. Is this set up? Yeah, there we are. Let me move my TV screen as well, man. Let me turn that video off a moment. Move the TV screen. Okay, so you've got this software that you can install now. Actually, I need to make sure I'm not muted here as well. No, it's alright. I've got an habit of creating like scenes and not enabling microphones. So what you can do is you can basically program it. So if you do a live stream, you can set it up so people on the stream can hear background music but you can't hear it, or that kind of funky stuff. Now EQ is all configured in here, so obviously EQ section. Now select which device you want. So I've got the new headphones, which I'll show you in a minute. Now both of these will work through this new software. The SC3 doesn't. So the SC3 you're still stuck with kind of no EQ settings, whereas this one we can enable this, and now we've got this little graph here where we can actually start like, oh, I need to unlock it first, where we can actually start pulling these EQ settings about and changing the way that our voice sounds. If you've not got a clue with EQ, which personally I haven't, to be fair, you do have a lot of presets in there. See you in a bit. Oh yeah. So we do get presets. So what we're doing here is the output, which is going to be speakers. You can toggle to input. So we've just basically got this flat line at the moment. And what you can do is, we've got all these presets. So we've got init, not quite sure what that is. We've got a balanced one there. Okay. So there's a balanced one. So you've got these presets, so you don't really need to know about EQ and how to set it up. We've got a broadcast there. Now, I'm not quite sure if you can hear any difference in my voice as I'm toggling through these. So if I go to a flat profile like that one, you can start moving these around. So if you've got an idea, you can drop things down. You can hear the different quality. We've got a deep voice one there. So to be fair, that's kind of the selling point for this mixer, really. You get the software that you can use. We can get rid of less nasal as well. That's quite nice. And then we've got a walkie-talkie, which I've not listened to these, so I don't know how these sound. But looking at this, I'm probably going to play with the less nasal, quite possibly broadcast as well. So we'll leave it on broadcast for a little bit. The hardware control. So if I go to SC8, so we've got our little mixer there. You can start enabling and disabling things like you can on the mixer. So rather than pressing the physical buttons, you can click these and like enable your 7.1 audio. I need to play with those and have a listen. I will do at some point. Now, the only thing I've noticed in this software is you've got this internal recording, which I think it must be to do with those 4 custom buttons. But if I enable that, like nothing happens on the mixer, so maybe I'm doing something completely wrong with that and not quite understanding how that works. Everything else seems to work fine. Testing. So you can mute your mic, enable all your good stuff. You can do your voice changing in here as well. So if I fancy going into a bass
voice, I can just enable it through the software to save messing about with a mixer. Enable all your EQs, you can change all your light colours on the mixer itself through here as well. So the software seems decent, to be fair. So if you're not too sure what you need to kind of set up for your voice, you've got presets. Let me come back to
default. So that's pretty useful, to be fair. Oh, sorry. I need to... Sorry, I keep pressing the wrong pedals. See, you can tell I ain't done a stream for a while. Keep pressing the wrong things. So I quite like it. It seems decent to me. The problem we had with the SC3 is it wouldn't push out enough power really for a Big Daddy mic like this. So let me plug this one in, which is the Tank 1. Let me select it on the the live stream as well. So let me do a quick switcheroo now. I'll quickly mute the mic whilst I do this as well. Right, okay. Can you hear me? Am I loud and clear? That's a cracking upgrade. The software's the big thing for me on that one. And obviously, because they've got the software now, I think a lot of their new stuff is basically going to be compatible with the software. So, unfortunately, the SC3, the old one, isn't. So, as I've always said, it's like a basic mixer. Get you hooked up in the world of XLR with a computer. This, out of the two, obviously that one's going to be the choice now because of the software and being able to manipulate your voice. Did my stream just flicker then? I'm sure it flickered at the old peripheral vision. Much quieter on that mic. Yeah, I mean, I can turn it up a little bit. I mean, new flash lines. I thought I did. It's normally to do with my capture card, and I've found, because sometimes I start my OBS and basically everything's really jerky. I have to restart the PC and everything kind of kicks in, so it might continue doing that through the stream, to be fair. But, oh well, we'll get through it, Yeah, so basic mixer, does the job. If you're looking for a bit more, what's the word I'm looking for? Customization? Customability? I've said that completely wrong. Then obviously the SC8's probably going to be the better choice now because of mainly the presets. And even if you're good with audio, you don't need to rely on a preset. You can go in and just start moving that graph around as much as you like. So decent. Yeah, I think there's 15 different light patterns as well. So you see the bad boys there. Tap the button, we can toggle through. We've got all the static lights. We've got like funky ones like that. Funky, got some weird kind of rainbow effect. So no, it's decent, to be fair, pretty good. And obviously the game and the chat is kind of more aimed towards streamers. The only thing what's that flashing on the shelf? Ah, let me go and get it, dude. Let me go and get it. 1 second. That is the old Big Trouble in Little China VHS tape, which has got these RGB lights in there, which connects through USB into a battery pack. So we'll get the funky lights on the go. So yeah, Big Trouble in Little China VHS. Should we chuck him there? Very cool. Yeah, it's quite nice, to be fair. I mean, I've just got these lights repaired as well. I don't know if he was there for the last stream. My controller panel, which is the first one on the left, just broke. So all the lights was like a really dim white. But going to Twin Nano Leaf, and obviously they're out of warranty. I think it cost like 21 quid, and they sent a brand new controller panel through. So everything's working again now. Can't complain at that. Cat has taken the shelf now. She's ready to get into her bed now, I think. She was the one who was scrapping just with the white cat. Right, I probably should change the ticker as well. Hey mate, we're going to the I forgot which tank this is. Tank 1, tank 3. I have to bloody Google search this. She's on the shelf, then back to bed. Yeah, she'll calm down now. I don't know what it is with the white cat. None of my cats like him. I mean, to be fair, he just keep jumping at them. That probably explains why. Yes, let's have a quick look at the prices. So the mixer is $64.98. Oh, I ain't put nothing on streaming, have I? Let's go for the old super sale. The microphone you was originally listening to, which is the AM8, is currently $44.99. If you're on the YouTube stream, the link should be in there as well to go to the Amazon to go and buy it. Go to the Amazon. Check me out. So this tank microphone we've got here is currently $84.99. Now already on the super sale. Right. Is it not? Oh, I'm turning the wrong one up. So my OBS reckons there was something coming through. Right, do we have audio on this one? It should go diddling. Hopefully that one worked, the old deal alert. I'm doing it again. Deal alert. $84.99 for this big beast of a tank mic. So this microphone, you can only connect through XLR. Let me shoot over here. Now, I'm probably going to make a noise trying to spin this around. Bear with me. So we've got the XLR cable in there. I should point out as well that if you buy this, you don't get an XLR cable. You don't get a stand, boom arm, nothing. You literally buy just the mic. So you will need your own stand. So this is my own here, which is currently on the Amazon live stream. It is the Samsung MD3 proper heavy duty stand. If you've got a really light microphone, this is the stand I'd recommend if you've got it kind of mounted on a desk. If you're using a boom arm, just make sure you've got a really strong one. So the one I'm currently using is the BM, I think it's the 88 from Fifine, the low profile one. That one doesn't hold the weight for this mic. But if you went with the Fifine BM66, the one that comes over on the side of the desk, that one's perfectly fine for this. Now you do get a couple of switches on the back of this mic as well. Let me show you here. So one is basically like a low pass filter, and the other one is a mid-range boost. So both of these are currently disabled, so you're listening to the raw audio basically of the mic. I can switch these over. Not too sure how well you're going to hear a difference because of having the preset on the SC8 mixer, but I'll switch anyway. Right, so they're both enabled now. So what that low pass does is basically if you've got some kind of humming in the background, you've got some air conditioning, you've got a PC with the fans whirling, it should eliminate quite a lot of that background sound. The mid-range boost is basically for your voice. It should give you a bit more of a radio-esque kind of sound. So obviously I've not got no earphones plugged in, I can't hear any difference here, but hopefully you can. If it's there, it was quite no audio on that one either. Was there not? It might be because it's coming through. I think it's going to come through my speakers. I'll double check it because what I have to do is I have to go on OBS and have the sound on repeat, which is obviously going to sound horrendous for the stream. Do you feel like Will Poulter has good or bad eyebrows? Dude, I don't even know who that is. I need to Google. Mate, have you seen the state of my eyebrows? Look at these. Right. I'm Googling this. I hope it ain't like nobody really dodgy. Will Poulter. Let's check it out. Oh, I know who he is. Thank you for the follow. You don't know who he is? He was on We're the Millers, the movie We're the Millers. Unless I'm looking at completely the wrong person. But yeah, I wouldn't have knew who he was till I've just Googled him. But mate, nah, nothing wrong with your eyebrows. Sweet. Much better than mine. That's the right guy. Quality. I mean, my eyebrows need plucking bad. Look at these. I've reached the age now where the hair's gone off my head. It now grows out my ears, out my nose. And then I'll get these really like strandy bits that come off my eyebrows. Oh, mate, what happens when you get old? You play in the Millers, Guardians of the Galaxy, Maze Runner. I mean, I'm shocking with movies. Like, I know everybody on the planet has probably watched Guardians of the Galaxy and I've never watched it. People say his eyebrows were bad. They look fine to me, but you're masking somebody with horrendous eyebrows. So I'm going to say everybody else's eyebrows are much better. I've been typing. Have you been typing on Amazon Live? Bear with me. Yo, you have as well. Hello. How we doing? Sorry, I've got this chat thing here. I'll pop you up now. And I can pop you up. And normally my Amazon Live works, but for some reason today, it's like, Andy, nah, we're not working today, mate. Let me let me see if I can get that working. Activate source. Okay. Chat is visible. Right. Let me quickly type a message in there. Dragon Blogger, thank you for the follow on Amazon as well. I'll tell you what. Sorry for kind of... Oh, I'll tell you what. I might have fixed it. Here we go. Yeah, there you are. Corinda, there you are. Hello. I mean, it's a bit small, but we're there. Right, let me catch up with your chat. Bear with me. That's the mic I got, but I want to know where the cancel noise button is because I can't find... Can you show it for us? Okay, which microphone? Was it this one or the AM8? Because a lot of these mics, they don't actually have a physical noise cancelling button on there. So if you want to do noise cancelling, you're probably going to have to use some kind of software to be able to do it. So this one has got like a low pass filter and a mid-range boost, so it doesn't actually cancel out a lot of noise. The low pass filter should cancel out a lot of like humming sounds, so make sure you've got that enabled. But these mics here haven't got an actual physical button that will allow you to kind of do it on the fly. You'd have to do it in some kind of software. So if you're using something like OBS, which is what I'm using, you can start putting filters on there to be able to do it. I think if you use stuff like Zoom, I think they might have things already built in. You just need to tick the box in the software rather than the actual mic. So if you want to cut out background noise, you would need to use... It depends on what software you're using. If you're on OBS, which is what I'm using, let me see if I can quickly load up the filters. So what you can do is you can put a noise gate on there, which basically closes the microphone down when you're not speaking, but you're probably still going to pick some sound up once you do start speaking. If you're using like a dynamic mic like this, you're probably better off turning the volume down on the mic and having it really close to your mouth. That should help eliminate quite a lot of background noise. You kind of don't want it on full blast and you're kind of here talking. You kind of want it so it's pretty quiet, but you got the mic really close, so it's literally just picking you up and like not much else in the room. So that, to be fair, that's the first thing I would do. Turn the volume down on the mic, get it close to your mouth so you can basically be heard if you're like doing a video call or a live stream, and see if that helps at all. If not, then you are going to be looking at filters, and you've got the NVIDIA broadcast. I think that might cancel out background noise as well if you're doing live streams. And is that microphone on a boom arm? This one's not on a boom arm. This is on a stand. This is a Samsung MD5 stand. I do have a boom arm here, which is a low profile one. But this mic I'm using doesn't go on that boom arm because it basically weighs too much. The microphone is very heavy. So if I clap or bang on the table, I don't want it to pick it up. That's, like I say, probably your best bet is to turn the volume down. If you can, you probably want a boom arm that ideally is not attached to your desk, because obviously if you hit the desk, then it's going to send some vibration to the boom arm. So you could kind of do with the boom arm mounted somewhere that you're not going to knock and have the mic come over. But let me have a quick search for you. Let me... Oh, I've just closed the wrong window down. Sorry, I had my funky jazz background music on there and I've turned it down. Of course, I'm an absolute idiot. Right, so let me get some background music on the go. Because I don't like it when it's silent. It scares me. Let's go with the old funky jazz again. Is the headset the same as the mic? Ever seen RGB setup. To be fair, I've got an RGB headset that I will show in a moment. So on the headset, right, I'll tell you what, let's do it now. Let's go through the headset. So let's come to this camera here. So this is the Fifine H13 headset. This is one of the newer ones that they've got. So it's got all the funky RGB lights on there. You can tap the button, toggle through these different light sequences. But what I've got this set up for at the moment is basically whatever happens on my screen, the lights match kind of what's going on. So if you're watching a movie and you've got action, you've got shooting and stuff like that, it'll basically match whatever's going on in the movie. Now, it does come with a microphone as well, which you can detach. So if you don't want a microphone in front of your face, you can detach it. I feel weird when I have headphones on as well. So let me plug that back in. Now, I'm hoping I've got this set up. So you've got loads of cushioning as well. So if you're bored like me, there's loads of cushioning there. I have wore these for a few hours. Really comfortable, to be fair. No complaints. Now, you do get, if I can pull this onto camera, you do get this remote control that is on the cable. And what you can do, you'll see that little white light there. You can tap that and toggle between 3 different modes. So we've got a music mode, a game mode, and a movie mode. I've found, personally, that is that my game mode there? Yeah. So I found that the game mode delivers more in the way of bass. So if you're watching an action film, loads of explosions, I actually prefer game mode rather than movie mode. All personal preference though, so it's one of those things you'll have a play with it to see which one suits you. Which mic sounds like a headset if you say, please pepper, or please Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers? One of those. So you want to get rid of like the plosive sounds. I mean, to be fair, how does that sound? Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. One thing you can do with that as well is change the way you're speaking to the mic. So rather than speaking directly in the front, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, and you'll kind of, I want to say spitting, probably not the right word. If you basically turn your head, speak across the mic, Peter Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers, obviously when you're pushing the air out your mouth, it's going across the mic rather than directly into it, so that should help. But hopefully, let's see if I've got this mic set up and you can have a quick listen to this one. I think I have. Right, now, if I remember right, this was pretty quiet and I had to put a gain on there, so let's give it a go. Right, hello. Can you hear me? How does that sound? So this is the old, I say old, it's quite new, the H13 headset. This is what the inbuilt mic sounds like. Let me just have a quick look. Yeah, see, I'm currently using the gain filter in my OBS to boost the volume of this mic, because it's a pretty quiet mic, to be fair. So if I turn the gain off now, this is what it sounds like when I first plug it in. So I'll put the gain back on now. So I've boosted the volume. So this one's more clear than that one. Bonus. To be fair, the mics on the headsets are amazingly good. The worst one I ever heard was the Bluetooth headset. The inbuilt, well, not inbuilt, it's a detachable mic, I think. That one weren't very good. But stuff like the H13, the H6, H9, the inbuilt mics have been really, really good. Gain off is very quiet. Yeah, now I'm pretty sure I've got the volume maxed out on there as well. Now, what you can do on this is on the remote control, sorry, all my cables are tangled. You can mute the mic as well. We've got the headphone volume, so if you listen to music, anything like that, you can adjust your volume using this remote. On the other side, the same as the mixer, you've got the chat volume and the game volume, so you can basically configure it. So you can turn your game up, turn your teammates down, other way around, turn your teammates up, turn the game down, or bang it in the middle. And then the button here is noise reduction, so to be fair, you might have been listening to me with noise reduction enabled then. So that is currently disabled. This is what it sounds like with it enabled. Back to disabled. So if you say P, it won't pick it up. P the Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. P the Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. I'll try that again with the thingy-majig enabled. P the Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. P the Piper picked a peck of pickled peppers. So not quite sure if there was a difference there. So audio sounds good through the headphones. The only criticism I have with them is because I tend to play a few Battle Royale games, so like PUBG, Apex Legends. You can hear where the shots are coming from, but if you're like a professional gamer, it's very difficult to kind of pinpoint exactly where it's coming from. So I can hear there's a shot from the left, but if I were to kind of know whereabouts in the building, I find it a little bit difficult with these. It's like the audio's really full, so really good for movies and stuff like that. To be fair, good for games as well. So if you're playing like a football game, anything like that, not an issue. If you're playing a Battle Royale game where you need to kind of know exactly where that shot's come from, I struggled a little bit with these. That is good. P's both with and without. The off is just louder. Oh, okay. Actually, if I leave that switched off now, and I'll disable the gain. Okay, this is with the gain disabled, and the noise reduction switched off. This is with the noise reduction switched on. This is with the noise reduction switched off. So does that go a little bit louder? I've put the gain back on now, so I should be nice and loud. Oh, someone's knocking my door. Bear with me. Someone's at my door. I'll be 2 secs. I'm coming back. I'm back. Oh god, smashing the place up. Gain on is better. Yeah, so you may find that with whatever software you're using, you want to be able to enable some kind of gain. So I'm doing it through OBS. But I'm knackered now. Only gone up downstairs and back up. Good old Amazon. Right, so the price on this... So this is currently the white version. It is, get the old deal alert on, $48, $44. Now you can get a black version of this, and I'm pretty sure it's cheaper. It is. Right, let's go this. Right, shall I carry on talking to this headset a little bit? Could do, couldn't I? Is this the USB one or 3.5mm headphone? This is the USB one. So USB-A into your computer or your PlayStation. Does work in the PlayStation as well. Did try it. I'm pretty sure they don't work in Xboxes. I think. But they work in the PlayStation. I did try it in my brother's PS5. And it worked in there. Are you showing any fine webcams? Do you know what? I've not got any. I've got no fine webcams. I kind of wish that I did. And I did see someone selling one the other day as well. I was slightly tempted to go and buy it. But if I do get hold of any, I will bring them on and we'll check them out. We'll have a look. I mean, the only webcam I've got now, I've reviewed loads, but the only one I've got is actually this one here, which is the Insta360 Link 2. They've just released an Insta360 Link 2 Pro as well, which I ain't got. But funky webcam, to be fair. Look at that. Nice autofocus. Oosh. So, what we got left? Oh, you've probably just seen on there as well, the keyboard that I'm currently using. I'll keep chatting to these headphones, I think. Do they have any budget 1080p, 60, anything below 30? I don't think Fifine have. I think all they've got is 30 frames per second webcams. From what I've seen anyway. 1080p, 60. You're probably looking at maybe something by Nexigo. I think they've got some 1080p, 60. And I don't think they're too expensive if I remember right, but it's been a while since I've played with any Nexigo stuff. I'm guessing you're in the UK as well, just because you put a pound sign there. Yeah, I can see Nexigo have got some of them like 60 quid. I'll have a think and see what other 60 FPS webcams I can think of. Big fan of the webcam reviews. Cheers, mate. Do you like it when I start dancing on there? I'm too old now though. Bloody hurts me dancing around. I'm too fat as well. To be fair, I need to dance more, don't I? That'll help me lose some weight. It would just make sense if I went on my channel, wouldn't it? And had a quick look. See if I can see anything. The dancing gives a good comparison to the frame rate. Thank you. To be fair, that was the whole point of doing the dancing. So you could see the frame rate on there. How juddery it is. I'm pretty sure there's one video though where I've accidentally like saved it as 30 frames per second and it should have been 60. Yeah, I think Nexigo's probably the cheapest ones. Unless you want to drop your resolution down to 720. I think it depends on if you're doing live streaming and you're going to have like a small kind of window of yourself on the stream. You can probably get away with it. And I think the old Razer Kio X maybe could do that. Could do 60 frames per second, but your resolution's 720. So, be horrendous for full screen. But if you shrink yourself down, you'll probably get away with it. And to be fair, you can probably get a second-hand one of those really cheap now. So in the UK, if you're on like Vinted or eBay, you can probably get a nice cheap one, to be fair. Mainly Teams meetings. Oh, Teams meetings. I can do that marketplace. Yeah, Vinted's not too bad, to be fair. You do actually get some bargains on there, on some webcams. Some of the prices are horrendous. Some of them, they're like twice the price of buying it brand new. But I have seen a couple of Razer ones on there recently. I think it's the Razer Kio X you can do 720, 60. Which, to be fair, if it's a Teams meeting, it's like for work and stuff like that. Don't worry about how you look anyway. Nice frame rate though. So from abusing staff members, they can see it in its full glory in 60 FPS. Yeah, for work. Tell you work to buy you a webcam. Tend to get you a good one as well. Nice expensive one. Right, I think I've got one product left on my Amazon live stream here. Which is the keyboard I'm currently using by Yunzi. Which is this funky one here. So obviously first thing you see, RGB lights. Pretty sexy. I do like it. I will do a typing test for you in a minute as well. On the back, you can charge it through USB-C. You can use it through USB-C as well. So you can use it as a cabled keyboard. You can switch between Bluetooth or wireless as well. So I'm currently using wireless. The hole that you saw there is for the dongle, which is obviously in my PC now. You can turn your volume up and down on your computer, which is quite useful to be fair. Standout feature really is this little sexy screen here. So it tells you how much battery you've got left. You've got the time, date, all that good stuff. Software's, I'll be honest, is pretty scabby for it. Download it from the Yunzi website. It's very basic, but it basically configures the time and date for you. The good thing, if I remember how to do it, is you can put pictures on there as well. So there's a picture of me drinking a cup of tea. So that's pretty sexy. You can actually put animations on there as well. So I've got this animation of a cat. So you can actually download things off the web, and you can put your own little pictures on there. So pretty good. Got some weight to the keyboard. It doesn't have the arms either, so you can't basically stand the keyboard up. So that position you see there is kind of what I'm stuck with. I'll try and come near this with this mic and let you have a listen of me typing. I'm going to type things completely wrong as well. So it actually sounds really nice. Now, I'm not a massive fan of like clicky keyboards, but there is actually something quite nice about that. You do get the Mac keys in the box as well, so if you're using a Mac rather than Windows, you can actually pull the keys out. You do get a key puller, so you can pull them off. You do get an extra... what's the word I'm looking for? I need to Google what the word is I'm looking for. What's it called? So you can pull the keycaps off. Switches, that's the one. You get a couple of switches in the box as well, so you can actually customise the keyboard. You can buy your own keycaps, switches, and you can kind of tailor it to however you want it to be. But I quite like it. The only issue really, which obviously I'm doing an Amazon live stream now, which is out to the US, so no problem for people in the US. If you are in the UK, it is a US layout keyboard. So the @ symbol is on the number 2 there, rather than being over here. And you'll see we haven't got a pound sign on there either. But if you know where they are on a UK keyboard, and you've got like Windows or Mac set up for a UK keyboard layout, basically just the same buttons. What I've done personally is I use 2 keyboards. I've got a UK one and that one. I just like typing on this one. You can do, I think it's the Windows key and space bar. If you've got 2 keyboards set up in Windows, you can toggle between one or the other very quickly. So I kind of do that. But nice keyboard, to be fair. I like it. I've been using it for a couple of months now and no issues. Really good. Right, I'm going to plug the old AM8 back in. Have a quick chat. I will put the B-roll back on for that as well, because I did cut it off, didn't I? So the mic I'm going to use now is this little bad boy here. So let me mute the headset. Testing 1 2 1 2. Oh my life, I can hear again. So this is the AM8 mic. God, it's weird taking headphones off. I struggle to speak with headphones on. I don't know if anybody else is the same, but I can never gauge how loud I'm speaking. And if I'm playing games, people I play with must think I'm a nutcase. But yeah, all the videos you see there, they're available on the YouTube. They're all on the Amazon shop as well. So if you are in the UK, if I can find it, there is a QR code up there that will send you to the Amazon shop. All the full reviews of these videos are on there as well. So if you're looking at, I don't want to just say microphones and webcams, because there is a bit of everything in the shops now. So we've got cat products in there, we've got kitchen products, even got me using the wife stepper as well. That's in there. If you are in the UK, you're not on the Amazon live stream, I've just completely pressed the wrong button, I think. I'll probably just put a link in a chat somewhere. There's the link for the US one. I'm the same because muffled. Yeah, mate, muffled. Can't hear nothing. It is a cardioid. Is this a cardioid mic? This is a dynamic microphone, this one. If it's putting a humming noise, chances are it's probably because I've got the mixer plugged into a USB extension hub, which is probably not the best way to do it. Ideally, if you've got a mixer or anything like that, plug it directly into a computer, not into an extension hub, which is me kind of doing everything wrong. And make sure you've got a good quality XLR cable as well, because I've had some problems with that. And also, if you're using a microphone, I had this problem before as well. I cable managed, which is something I never used to do. Cable managed all my cables, and in the trunking I had my XLR cable with all these other USB cables. That caused a load of interference, which took ages to figure out what was causing it. When I lifted it up, it vanished. Oh, there we go. Is it vibration off the table? Is that better now? You might be able to hear some funky jazz music. Way better. Awesome. Maybe I need to do that. Maybe I need to just bang it on a boom arm rather than having it on my desk. Or I'll just hold it like this and break my arms. The jazz is cool. Smooth jazz. I'll be honest, the only time I ever put jazz music on is if I do a live stream. Because it's supposed to be quite soothing, isn't it? Normally it's heavy metal. But now we've got some funky jazz music. Like we're going out for like a bottle of wine or something. Is that what they do in jazz clubs? I don't know. I'm just speculating. Right, what's everyone up to today then? Because I've gone through all the products I've got at the moment. It's only Wednesday, mate. I have wine any day of the week. Now, to be honest, I've not had a drink for 2-3 years. Even then, I never used to really drink. Actually, I wonder if I put it on the mouse mat. Is that humming now, or is that okay? Just realised I need to wipe my desk over as well, because it's just full of cat fur now. So I've been using the Fifine USB dynamic mic since 2021. Still humming, but slightly less. It's just my desk, you know. Which microphone is it by Fifine you're using? The A6V is like amazingly good for a USB mic. Pretty good mic, to be honest, no issues whatsoever. Is it? Oh no, that one's not dynamic, is it? It's a condenser. To be fair, the condenser mics. Sorry, I've got so many mics by Firefly. That one's actually like amazingly good. It's like about 30 quid. It's always the one I recommend to everyone who first starts out. Unless you've got like an amazingly noisy environment, then you probably want to go for a dynamic. Yeah, I'll be not much left today. Bit of chill time. Want to get the washing put away. Oh, do you know what? I've got an empty dishwasher. The K658. Let me have a quick look. Fifine K658. Ah, it's the one with the RGB on there. Do you know what? I've never tried that one. I've always liked the look of it though. But now, to be fair, I'm a massive fan of the Fifine stuff. Really, really good stuff. Pulls electric noise for my USB. Shit motherboard. RGB always remains off. Oh, which motherboard you got, dude? I'm still rocking like a really old B350 board. So it's like AMD AM4. But all the prices have gone mental at the moment, and they all RAM prices. Everything's just gone sky high. See, yours is better than mine, man. B550. I've got a B350. Struggling here, struggling. Although they were still releasing BIOS updates, so I can go to like the highest AM4 processor, which is like the 5950X. Which I kept thinking, oh, 16 core processor, sounds nice. And obviously, because of the video editing, kind of makes sense, but never kind of bit the bullet and gone for it. RAM prices have gone mental. I think GPU prices are mental. Everything's mental. I saw them bringing out more AM4 motherboards as well, rather than the AM5, because people just can't afford the new stuff. Not sure if it's better. It's a higher model than mine, so I just presume it'll be better. As long as I get a picture, I'm happy. But yeah, ASRock B350. Old school motherboard, but you know what, it still works. Can't complain. I am from the Midlands. We all look and sound like this from the Midlands. We've got that horrendous accent and we all look like we've been like smacked up. But I am from the Midlands. Where are you from? Logan Coutinho. Sounds like a class football name. Like a class Brazilian you'd sign on Football Manager. Accent gave it away. I could do with changing my accent, to be fair. I don't like it, but I'm kind of stuck with it. I mean, I'm an old man now. I think I'm too old to change it. Portuguese background. Portuguese rather than Brazilian. But from India. Class. Like I say, man. Class name for Football Manager. You know when you get the intake of youth players? Live in London now. Oh, mate, London's too busy for me. I've been there a few times. There's just too many people. I need to go and live on Mars, I think. You know, where you can go somewhere and just kind of be on your own. That's what I need. Not as bad as some Midlands accents. Some can be really broad. Mine's not as bad as it used to be. I feel like I speak better doing a live stream. So when I'm not on the live stream, the proper accent comes out. But I suppose as long as people can kind of understand me, it's good enough. Nothing wrong with the accent, when you need a secret agent, you don't want... No, good point, to be fair. Dancing, how you doing, dude? Don't get me wrong, I love the accent better than the Cockney. The whole Cockney accent. Hello? Rather live up north than here. I'm trying to think of some kind of something I could say in Cockney, although I ain't got a good Cockney accent. You got Mickey Flanagan though, he's got the old Cockney accent, isn't he? Right. I think the time has come where I'll just let you all get on with the rest of your lives, rather than watching this bald bloke on a live stream. So now I appreciate you all stopping by. Really do appreciate it. If you think of any questions, jump on the next live stream, have a chat with me, and I'll try and help you out as much as I can. Sorry, that's probably humming into. Let me hold the mic up here. So Calvin, pleasure as always. The #1 mod is in the stream. Dancing, always a pleasure to see you as well, mate. Right, I'll come and chat with you now, Caroline. Some people rather live south in the Midlands. Yeah, I think kind of like Cornwall way. Sounds quite nice. A pleasure, Andy. Thank you. And I'm sure I'll bring some of these products onto the next stream as well. Thank you for the videos. I'll try and learn some new dance moves for some future ones. I need to get hold of some more webcams though, but there ain't really that much that's come out. To be fair, with webcams, I know there's the new Winsters have come out, and there was that one which I can't think of the name, but it's supposed to be really, really good. I did have a chat with the brand, but it kind of fell through in the latter stages. But we'll see. If I get some more webcams, I'll bring them onto the old channel and do some more dancing. I need to get Just Dance on YouTube, I think, and copy some of those dances. Right, pleasure as always. Enjoy the rest of your day, and I'll be back next week. So think of some questions, come back, and we'll have a chat. We'll have a chat about the old Cockney accent. Check out E-Meet. I've got E-Meet. I've got a load of E-Meet cameras on the channel. They've got a new one coming out as well, which I might be doing a video on. But yeah, I've got the C960, the E-Meet Pixie, there's the S800 as well. They're all on the YouTube channel, mate. I think I've got like 3 or 4 E-Meet cameras. Very good, to be fair. When they first came out, they was okay, but them kind of put the foot down a bit. The new stuff's really good. Pixie's really good. If you're happy to play around with manual settings as well, you can get a really good looking image on them. But they have got a new one coming. A brand new one. Which I don't know if I'm supposed to tell people yet, but to to be fair, I need to email them back. So, yeah, cheers for reminding me. But yeah, there should be a new e-meet coming soon. So, right. Have a good one all. Pleasure as always. Just realised I've kept old Coutinho up here with this K658. There he goes. Right, thank you. I am going now. And I'll see you